Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Contact on the No Zone. I hope you're all doing very well indeed, because I am, because I'm going to have a beer. So I'm in good form. So let me know how you are all doing tonight. It won't be a long one tonight, folks. We won't keep you all evening, but we've got a couple of people in the chat. So let me give everybody a shout out because we've had Tim in here since 8:15, so love his dedication. But welcome, Tim. We've also got Nicholas Horton in the chat as well. We got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and we got the Gobster, aka well, not aka, but formerly known. That's the one. Formerly known as Gobby Guy. He's done a rebrand, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Apparently, there'll be details about the rebrand. We've also got JWC Reviews in the chat as well. Welcome. And my co-host is in the studio there. Nice timing there from my co-host for tonight. Cinnamon is at work. Nicholas said another week flew by. Again, it did, didn't it? It did indeed. But let's bring on my co-host tonight who's joining me. Of course, as you see, is out sick. So
Hello.
It's myself and Mr. PD Rich.
Hi.
No. Oh, yes, he's back on again. There we go. Hold on. It's the StreamYard, folks. Sorry about that. There you go. Now he's here. You are here, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Tim says he's just finishing up work himself. That's fantastic, guys. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's been an all right week, I have to say. I'm relaxing. I don't normally drink on stream. Well, I mean, I don't normally have a drink. I've kind of been teetotal for a while. But do you ever just get in the humor of having a few beers? Like, so that's where I'm at the moment. Few beers. So I'm trying out a beer. Can't show it on screen, of course, but it's one of these IPAs that I've been drinking, as you know. And this one is another one. It's an Indian. All I could say, it's an Indian Pale Ale, and that's all I could say without giving it away. I actually have it in the glass of the beer that I'm drinking. Maybe I shouldn't have actually used this glass, so I'll turn it around this way. But there you go. It's not a pint, unfortunately, but it's nice. It's nice. Anyway, let's get down to business, as they say. So we will start off with tonight. I think we should start off with, let me see if there was something in particular. Yeah, let's start off with Disney. Disney seems to be a very, very popular topic for everybody these days. Oh, by the way, yeah, I did a member stream yesterday. Was supposed to do a member stream today, but I spent a bit of time with the missus because, as you know, over the last couple of weeks, I've been full throttle on both channels. So I will get that stream done on Sunday. Definitely Sunday, I'll get it done because I'm streaming tomorrow on the other channel because Manchester United are playing. So I'll be on there tomorrow. I'll be doing the press conference and then I'll be doing the live watch along. So I'll have 2 streams over there. Sadly, I can't have a tipple anymore. I'm sorry about that, PD. But yeah, I think you can get beers now, those specializers for people that, because I know my man Dad's friend is diabetic and he drinks like a fish. So I don't know, like, if it's whether he has a less severe. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me, but he's able to have a drink. But it is, yeah, not being able to have a drink is good. But anyway, Disney. So Disney have decided that you know, after the failure of the Little Mermaid, that they're going to actually flog it back out again. It's being released
Oh,
back in theaters. Yes, a sing-along version, folks. A fucking sing-along version. Yeah. So they didn't bore the kids the first time round, so they're gonna bore them the second time round. Now, for anybody that hasn't seen, there has been a lot of social media footage of some of these screenings of The Little Mermaid. And all you've seen is parents beat the shit out of each other while their kids are trying to. Well, the kids hadn't watching The Little Mermaid either because they were screaming while their parents were fighting. Like there was literally fist fights going on at these screenings. But yeah, they decided to do a sing-along version. It will soon hit theaters across the United States to further engage audiences of the fantasy musical. Fans of The Little Mermaid will have a chance to go under the sea and enjoy a new experience of the film for the first time, thanks to a soon-released sing-along version of the romantic musical comedy. PD, I might as well ask you.
what's that?
PD, would you be a fan of The Little Mermaid? And, will you enjoy the second screening musical so you could sing along to your favorite songs? Would you be down for that? I can't even say this.
Oh, why is it the original version?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but serious question. Is this desperation? Because they have released sing-along versions of other movies before, but I don't think so soon, to be quite honest. But is this desperation by Disney, or is this just them not reading the room again? Because like the original movie flopped. I mean,
oh yeah.
Is this re-releasing it, hoping to make back the money from the movie? Because they obviously won't make back the money. So is this another like do a sing-along version, get more bums in this, try get more bums in to see this version, and obviously add to the box office? What do you reckon?
I reckon they're barking up the wrong tree with this one because not many people watch the original, watch the new version. So I just do not know where they're going with this one. Have you seen the new Disney commercial, by the way, that they're showing for Disney Plus?
No.
It's funny when it gets a Little Mermaid go, there's something different about this one. I'm like laughing my head off. But no, I just think they're trying to recoup what little they can. But I wouldn't go and see a sing along version of that unless it was like the original version of Little Mermaid. That would be fun. But not this version. This is like, I do really want to do a sing along of Scuttlebutt. Oh my god, that song with what's her name? From Shang-Chi. Oh god, I'd be banging my head on the seat in front just to make the pain hurting stop, if you know what I mean.
To me, it does scream desperation.
Oh,
I mean,
desperation of hell.
I mean, the movie's tanked.
I know.
Why anybody at Disney thought, oh, do you know what we should do? Maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we should do a sing-along there. Maybe we should put lyrics up.
Yeah. Aquafina, that's what I was thinking of. Do you really want to do a sing-along to an Aquafina song? Oh my god.
It's just absolutely nonsense.
That's the one.
Yeah, Gobby Guy was away on holiday, so I hope you had a good holiday recharge. Your batteries, by the way. Forgot to mention that. It's nice to take a bit of a break, isn't it? Kind of, you kind of need it, And since I've been spending time with Cheryl, I actually haven't been on X that much today, so that's a good thing. She grinds me, says Cinnamon.
Oh god, yes.
Crunch. The news is a bit slow today, so if there's anything in the chat, guys, that you would like us to talk about, if there's a topic, bring it up in the chat tonight, will you? Because we are a bit low on news. I mean, it's so low that I'm about to talk about Barbie again. So Barbie has dethroned the Super Mario Brothers movie as the highest grossing film of 2023 domestically, and that's in the States. So the movie that everybody has been moaning, complaining, bitching about, and in some cases, let's be honest, it's been justified. But this movie has blown everything out of the water this year. I mean, it's not hard really if you think about the state
Oh
of
no.
the industry. Let's be honest. I mean, we have to put this into a little bit of perspective. But at the same time, it is the highest grossing movie of 2023. And
Yeah.
obviously it's continuing to get stronger. This is definitely getting a sequel, isn't it?
I know.
there's
I
no
don't think
doubt
it's
now.
going to be as successful, but you know what I mean. I mean, this is one of those one-off. It's an anomaly. You know, that anomalous movie you get. Remember when Avatar was released? That was an anomaly, wasn't it? And suddenly, bang! Took us 10 years to get a sequel, though. But there we go. Got one in the end. Weren't bad.
I haven't seen Ahsoka, so I can't really talk about it if I haven't seen it. And you know me, I won't talk about it unless I've seen it. Unless PD, if PD has seen it, he can actually talk about it.
Verb from the Curb, but that's about it. The Verb from the Curb is meh, but it's you know, it's each
Yeah,
their own.
I've heard Gary and Az say it was boring. And apparently there's a death in a Sabine or something, and she dies or gets a lightsaber through her, and then apparently she's okay in the next scene or something.
Yeah.
But I've lost all interest in Disney altogether. Like as I said, I got rid of my Skybox. I don't even watch Disney Plus shows. The last Disney Plus show I watched was the Mighty Ducks, the new show that they had. And then they got rid of Emilio Estevez because of the COVID nonsense and because he wouldn't comply. So they got rid of him. So I stopped watching. I didn't even watch the next season. But that was the last program I watched on Disney Plus. Before that, I obviously watched Turner and Hooch, the new show, which I actually enjoyed, believe it or not. But there you go, different strokes for different folks, as they say. But they were the last two shows I watched on Disney Plus, so I haven't watched. So it'd be unfair for me to comment on something that I haven't seen. So, and I have no intention in what I'm watching. Well, I mean, I don't get that either now. I used to do it myself, but I don't get in now why people would want to watch something that they know they're going to hate. You know what I mean? I know it's good for the channel and all of that, but why you put yourself through that nonsense? You know what I mean? Because you know you're going to hate it anyway, and it's going to be everything that you despise. So I just don't get it. But I will say actually on something that I hate, but I saw something that made me chuckle today. So David Tennant's the Regeneration Moment won an award, and I just want to say, just because I haven't said it in a long time on this channel, but I just want to say to the Jody bots, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry that you have now realised that your doctor was so shit and won the 10 awards that all it took was for Jodie Whittaker to regenerate into David Tennant for Doctor Who to actually win a decent award. I'm sorry that you are all up in arms, and I'm sorry that you are all salty and bitter and jealous, but you know what? I'm going to give you the same advice that you gave us. Suck it up, sweethearts. Okay?
Yeah.
Suck it up. The end of the day, don't be blaming David Tennant or RTD, and I'm not right now then on my favourite people. But I will say this, don't be taken out on them. You should be looking at Chris Chibnall's direction, right? The reason why your doctor failed was because of her, right? And just because David Tennant's had a little bit of success because he's been in a 30-second clip is not his fault, okay? It's Chris Chibnall's fault because he had the reins for 5 years and he never produced anything decent, all right? So stop yous are moaning and yous are little bitching anyway. Yous are going to get what yous want when RTD goes full fucking woke anyway. So what yous all fucking moaning about, right? Yous will be in fucking woke heaven with that show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh, well.
I'll move on.
That was my favourite moment of the episode, I'll tell you that.
So, I mean, JWC reviews. Did you see Ahsoka? And if you did, let us know, and I'll put your comment up and I'll read it out. So that's I'll do that, to be fair, because I haven't seen it. If anybody else in the chat has seen it, let us know what you thought about, and I'll throw it up there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up
Problem is,
now
no,
and
it's
sort
Star
out
Wars. I
the
don't watch
channel.
Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't watch art in Disney now.
I know.
I thought it was so JWC reviews thought it was decent, but not great, but not crap. So it was here. This is what I heard. I heard the first 15 minutes are absolutely fantastic, apparently, and then it goes downhill after that. I seen Rabbi comment on it as well. He wrote up a comment and said, "Oh, geez, the first 15 minutes of this is amazing."
Yeah, he said that the other day.
So, you know, they suck you in. Remember that they do it all their shows. They give you 10 or 15 minutes of great at the start, and you think, oh yeah, we might actually have a decent show here. And then before you know it, it goes down. But it's disrespectful to John. Get the boat, man. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? If they think it's disrespectful to Jody, right? Well, do you know what? I'll tell you something, right? One more thing. I'll tell you one more thing. Do you know what was disrespectful? That woman playing the fucking doctor, pretending to be the fucking doctor. Okay? That's what was disrespectful. Okay? After half a century, you decide you're going to change the gender, and then you pick a shit actress like her. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. She was shit.
Yeah. Do you know why David Tennant won that
Don't
award?
to Jodie Whittaker. Don't kiss me fucking arse. She got all the fucking time in the world. She got all the fucking good press, right? She was given every fucking opportunity, right? And her performance was shit. And then our boss
Taking the piss.
compounded that with his shit fucking writing. So don't be taking out on David because they won an award anyway. I don't want to be talking good about David Tennant.
Cinema's taking the piss. It's fine.
Oh no, he's taking the piss.
Don't
I
have
know
to lose.
Cinnamon was taking the piss.
Oh,
Cinnamon was being serious now that there'd be an issue. Anyway,
it's fine. But you know why? You know what happened? Jodie was so bad at doing a David Tennant impersonation that David Tennant had to turn up and do the real thing in the end. That's why it all went horribly wrong.
Are you trying to kill me? I'm trying to have a beer here. I mean, I'm nearly at the choking because of your joke. Anyway, let's move on from Doctor Who. Right? Because I'm not going down that fucking. Not going down. Oh, apparently there's a trailer for Expendables 4.
Oh, is that?
Red band trailer for Expendables 4. The first trailer made me go, what the F? This trailer has me saying this not only looks good, but it's clever marketing. So apparently there's going to be another Expendables movie. I don't know how excited people are for that franchise, but I actually, do you know what? I like that franchise. It's dumb. It's stupid. It has no fucking, it doesn't pander. It just fucking good old fashioned action. And you know what? I'm looking forward to this movie, I have to say. Is anybody else a fan of the Expendables franchise? And if you are, have you seen the trailer and are you looking forward to the fourth movie? Let me know.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. But have you seen the trailer to The Creator? There's a new film coming out called The Creator. That looks really interesting.
Mm.
And Ken Watanabe's in it, so we all like Ken Watanabe.
Nice.
Old Katsumoto. I saw it. I thought it looked really interesting. Weirdly interesting. It's about AI and robots and all that, and a war between humans and robots.
Yeah, I do like movies like that actually with AI and robots. Yeah. They can be pretty interesting movies, don't they?
It's like Terminator, but from another perspective. It looks interesting.
Hmm.
I mean, I saw the trailer of it. Actually, it looks quite interesting. As I said, Ken Watanabe's in it, so well, I'm going to watch it. I like Ken Watanabe ever since The Last Samurai.
Mm.
But yeah,
good movie, The Last Samurai.
Oh yeah, he was great as Katsumoto in it. Yeah, But yeah, I just saw the trailer the other day. Well, actually looks quite interesting. Normally I'm like, get off my screen. I'm watching Lotus Eaters or something. But oh, hang on a minute. This actually looks interesting. It just looks
Yeah.
good. It's probably gonna be terrible when it comes out. They always are, but it just looked interesting. So I might give it a go when it comes out.
Mm.
Sadly, June's
And
been delayed. If you heard.
yeah, that was the next news I was going to actually bring up. Yeah.
Oh, I got psychic mode.
So well done, man. Nice little
Psychic.
segue there.
Yeah,
You're on the
segue,
ball.
yeah.
He's on the ball tonight. He is. See that? He's on the ball tonight. Anyway, yeah, he is right. Dune or whatever. Dune. Sorry, has been pushed back until 2024, folks. Yeah. And I know part 2, I should say. Sorry, part 2.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people really enjoyed the first one. I haven't seen it, so again, I can't comment. So I let PD, who has actually seen the first one, comment about the delay on the second one. So go ahead there, PD.
Yeah, just going into the first film, I enjoyed it because it was a different look at Dune. I mean, we've had about 3 different looks at Dune. We've had David Lynch's, we've had the mini series, and now we've got this one. And they did a lot of stuff in this one that was in the book, but wasn't isn't in any of the previous versions. I like the what's her name? Oh, what was it? Leia Kynes' laboratory. That was an interesting little moment when they went to Leia Kynes' laboratory, because that was in I think in the video game. They never put it in to the actual TV movie or the original film. So that really good. That was just a great moment. But there's a lot of little great moments in it. So that's why I'm kind of looking forward to the Dune Part 2, because we're gonna probably have a load more great moments in it. And we got Christopher Walken as the Shaddam the First. So it looks really good. But it's just such a shame. I was expecting that film summer this year. Then it got delayed until like November. I think, why are you releasing a movie about deserts in November? And that's probably going to be delayed like January, February, probably March time, 2024, for God's sake. Have a bloody election before that's released.
I mean, it seemed to be, from what I seen, just observing from, people that we know and other people out there that comment on these sort of things and do videos on them. The one thing that came across with me with the first part is that everybody loved visuals, but it seemed to be a mixed bag for a lot of people. But nobody was outright slating it. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't one of those things that was outright slated. Like some people like certain things but didn't like certain, and I don't know what it is because obviously I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on it. But it did seem to be a bit of a mixed bag. But everybody did say they would like to see the second part. So I suppose that's a win in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. You got the Freedom in the next part. Show the whole I think it's going to probably end with the drinking of the water of life if they're going to save a third part for the big battle.
Did I forget again? I got the camera on. Yeah, can you give me about 5 minutes? Okay. Yeah, that'd be better if you leave it there. Yeah. I love you too. Yeah. Go on. Don't be distracting me, woman. Go on. I'm busy. Jesus Christ. Anyway, something happened last night that will go down in history. Now, I can't screen share it because if I start screen sharing on here, it's going to go crazy. So I've got my mobile phone here. I'm going to stick it up towards the camera and hopefully you can actually see this image. But something major in politics happened last night. And for anybody that doesn't know, that's been living under a hole, you will see that picture, that iconic picture, which is the mugshot of former President Donald Trump. Donald Trump handed himself in yesterday, and that's the mugshot. So I'd just like to congratulate Donald Trump and the Republicans on winning the election in 2024.
I know, just won it.
Because I'm just going to say this. The Democrats thought that this was going to humiliate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But this was going to re-elect Donald Trump.
No,
There is no doubt now. There is no doubt now on my mind, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like him, by the way, because I will say one thing, right? Everybody that blows smoke up his ass, I just want to make a few points, right? He didn't build a wall. He built a very expensive fence. It wasn't a wall. A wall is concrete, okay? Right? It wasn't a wall. It was a very expensive fence. He said during the election campaign that Hillary Clinton and all the other crooked gobshites would be in prison, but none of them actually ended up in prison. Okay? Now, those two things alone, right? Okay, is broken promises. But they think all these MAGA supporters think he's done everything, right? He hasn't done everything. I'm not saying that he was crap, right? But don't be blowing smoke up his ass that he was this perfect president. The only good thing about Donald Trump in power for me is the fact that under him, for 4 years, we had peace. He didn't want to go to war, right? And that's what matters more to me than anything else. Is a president that goes in, and if he's one of these presidents doesn't want to go to war, well then I'm down for it. But they've just re-elected him because Joe Biden was seen in Hawaii having a sleep. I mean, this man, I don't even know. I mean, look, even some of the people on the left are kind of like looking at this now and like, yeah, like this is not good at all. And he's putting himself forward to be re-elected. If he's that senile now, right? And remember, we've got a year to go before we start the primary start next year, right? See, I'm very fascinated about American politics, so I'll watch all the primaries and I'll watch all the debate. I don't know what's happening with the debates this time, right? But I'll watch them all and I'll watch wherever Trump is as well, just to see where everything is going. And I actually sit up election night as well. I love it, man. I actually do more than my own country's election. I love an election night in the US. It's fascinating. But all I'll just say is this, right? Is that he's not perfect, right? He can provoke people. So if he does get in the second time around, he says he's learned and all of this shit. Right? He gets in the second time around and he stops having fights and he's able to sort out the thing between Russia and Ukraine. I'll be a fucking happy man. That's all we want, man. Right? Because then we could say, right, see all you fuckers that came over here, you can go home now. The war's over. Right? We can house our own fucking people. Fuck that shit. Sick of that. I don't want to go into that on this channel here. That's the type of shit I'll be talking about on Rumble. But let's just say I'm not a fucking happy Irish man right now. Right? Now I'm going to show you something. Some of you won't know this, but Gobby is military. Right? He'll know what I mean. And a couple of other people will know when I show this photograph and why I'm actually upset about this. So, as you all know yourselves, right now, I'm Irish, so my heroes are obviously Irish heroes, like the rebellion and people like that. But the man that I looked up, not yet, the man that I look up to the most, and even Cheryl will back me up here, I even still cry to this day when I watch the movie. Michael Collins, there you go. She finally got there. Michael, you nearly round that look. But good recovery. So he's been a hero of mine. And for anybody that doesn't know, he was taken out, right? And of course, we have our conspiracy theories, and there's obviously, stuff. So it was his 102. Was it 102 or 101? It was either 102 or 101 anniversary. I think it was 102. Yeah. So we have a crisp brand over here made Tayto. You've probably heard about it in England or Northern Ireland have Tayto, but it's a Northern Ireland version of Tayto. But we have Tayto Ireland here, right? So Tayto crisps. And they do this brand of crisps called Chickadees, and they're chicken flavor crisps.
Yeah.
So to commemorate Michael Collins, right, who to a lot of people in Ireland is considered a fucking hero, and this pisses me off. And this was the last straw for me, right? Because then the artists and all of these leftist twats start coming out trying to defend this, and it showed how fucking stupid these bastards are, right? So they thought it was a good idea to call Chickadees McChickadees, right? And then, of course, they put his big painting there, which is great. The face is deadly. We're going, yeah, brilliant. But then, look at the flavour. Look at the flavour. Look at the name of the flavour.
Can I see a blur, mate?
You probably can't see that. The name of the flavour is tan flavour. Tan flavour. Now, if anybody knows any Irish history, why am I getting upset about tan flavour?
I don't know.
Right, I'll tell you why. Right, Winston Churchill sent over a special group of men, right, and they were called the Black and Tans.
Oh God,
right?
yes.
And the Black and Tans took out anybody in fucking sight, right? They were actually even responsible for a massacre in this country, right? And the fucking leftist artist, the twat dickhead, right, thought it was a good idea to call it tan flavour.
Oh God. Might as well call it Churchill's hand flavour.
We have lost it here. We lost it. I'm pissed. No, seriously, right? I am actually pissed. You don't realise what this man means to me growing up as an Irishman as a kid.
Fist, really, eh?
Seriously, man, the stories I heard about him. I was around people, let's just say, and I heard stories, right? And I heard the real stories. I heard about all the shit that was going on back then, right? I am very family, very, can't say too much, but let's just say, we understand their fucking history. And it's fucking, I swear, look, with the Americans did it a couple of years ago, some cafe in San Diego that sold cocktails decided to call one a car bomb, an Irish car bomb. Now, obviously, they didn't understand. They obviously didn't understand the context of it, right? They just thought it sounded great, but they took it down straight away. The thing about this bastard thing is it's not being taken down. Now, I can't even say what I'm going to say. I have to keep my mouth shut. But all I would say is that's disgraceful.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well call
my country is not. Listen. My country is not perfect.
Nor's mine,
right?
Mate.
Right? No country is, but my country is not perfect. But the one thing that I love about my country, and I've always loved about my country, is our heritage, is our traditions, is the people themselves. There's no people like the Irish people, and it's not just me saying it. Everybody says it anyway. I think everybody around the world does recognise it, right? We're proud people, but this is killing me on a personal level here, because right now, even tonight, we've got obviously, as you know, Ireland has opened our borders, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry is coming over. But there's a standoff going on, and was going on tonight and yesterday. So a couple of migrants are disgruntled with a couple of Irish people because they're worried about them being in their community, because the community have caught some of these migrants taking drugs beside children's playgrounds and stuff, and there's video footage to actually verify it. But here's the disgusting thing about it: the media won't report it. Right?
I never do.
The media, right? They never report it, right? And that's what sickens me, right? Because they're painting their people as a bunch of racists. Now, listen, we have 800 years of occupation, right? We grew to hate our neighbours because of what happened. I think we've taken long strides since then. But have we been outright racist to people? No. Actually, no. I'll take that back. Actually, I'll take that back. We have been discriminatory against the travelling community, the original Irish settlers of this island, right? Okay, I will admit to that. But are we racist towards the people that they're saying we're racist towards? And by the way, just I want to add that we should stop that shit with the travelling community. You know, again, you know, I've grown up through my life with different people that I've gotten to know throughout my life, maybe 40 odd years. And I've even gotten to know some traveller people and drank with some traveller. You don't want to drink with traveller people, though. Jesus, to drink it under the fucking table. That's one thing I'll say. And I can drink, right? But you have a mad night and it's great, you know, and there's only a select few of them that do the shit that gets reported. You know, it's like us all, you know what I mean? They're just such a small community that when they ever do happen in this country, it's over exaggerated. But we have been, and I will say we've been discriminatory against the travelling community. But to say that Ireland is outright racist, listen, K Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes, right? Okay, that's what we say. So 100,000 welcomes, right? We've taken in 91,000 Ukrainians. And we've taken in 25,000 Algerians.
Yeah.
Right? And before that, during the 90s, when Rwanda happened, right, we got an influx of people from Rwanda come to Ireland and we opened their bar, not a bother, right? The Irish people will help people out when they're genuinely in need, right? And this is the difference. And this is what Europe is doing to every other fucking country out there. This is why Europe needs to be smashed up, broke up, and fucking destroyed once and for all.
No, I'll tell that to the Polish at the moment. Definitely tell that to the Polish.
Well, listen, he's doing a smart. Everybody is questioning why the Polish government is having a referendum on asking the people what do they want migrants in the country, right? The Polish government have been accused of being racist, right, by members, and same with Hungary, right, because they closed their borders as well. Hungary and Poland. Right, and if you look at Hungary and Poland and look at their cities and their towns, they're all quiet, peaceful. The people are going around, it's all great. You go to Dublin now, you go to fucking London, you go to fucking York. I still haven't done it. I'll do it now. I'll do it now. Jesus.
I'm tired. You told me hostage all day ago.
Anyway, all I'm just going to say is, I'll just talk off camera there, okay? Just give me a second. All I'm just going to say is that, like, you know, you can clearly see what damage it's doing.
Yeah.
Right? So you got the smasher. So this is why the Polish are having a referendum. Because if they bring it to the people and the people agree with the Polish government, well then the EU are fucked.
Yeah, pretty
much. Because they can't go against the people. What are they going to do then? Come out and say that every Polish person is a racist? You know how that'll go down.
Oh, yeah, start a war.
Do you know what I mean? So I think the Polish government are actually smart. You should actually put it to the people, and the Irish government should do the same. They should put it to the people. The Irish government here won't put it to the people because they're lefty twats and they agree with all of this, right? But we need to get a government in that will vote against this. But it's going to take a few years. See, I'm on X now, right? And I follow a few up and coming parties that are hoping to break the mainstream parties. The reality is, though, it's going to take them at least, you know, a couple of general elections to get to any point where they can start to be considered a serious party. But that's what we need to do. You need to be, you need to be fucking voting wisely now. But you need to smash up this whole EU. It was supposed to be for trade, and that was it.
Exactly.
Right? It was supposed to be for trade, and that was it. And, you know, it's become, now it has its own national anthem. It has its own private army, right? Using European countries, including Ireland now. We can't even consider now being neutral, right? Because they're dragging us into this. And by the way, they're dragging us in without us asking us, by the way. We don't want this. But they're forcing it through anyway. Our sovereignty, they even talked about our sovereignty now is up. It's like that, right? They sold out Michael Collins. Do you know what? I'm going to say something here. Right? I said it on Twitter a few months back, and I actually said it on the Spaces a few months back. We may as well have done the job for the Brits themselves and actually put a bullet in their heads themselves. Because if this is the way we were going to treat our country and this is the way we're going to allow our country to be, we should have done the fucking job ourselves. Right? Simple as fucking that. Absolutely disgraceful what this Irish government is doing. And see all of these other parties like Sinn Féin. See Sinn Féin, the biggest, oh my God, the biggest hypocrites of them all, folks.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest hypocrites of them all. Do you know why? Do you know why? These bastards went and killed Brits, right? Because they wanted the Brits out of Northern Ireland. Remember the troubles in the south? They wanted them out, right? But now the open borders. So what was the point of killing all those people for then?
Exactly.
What was the point of all that blood being shed?
It's the same as Sturgeon in Scotland, mate. She wants free of England. The second she's free of England, she's going to go running to the EU. So what's the point?
Mary Pooh MacDonald, and I don't know what Jerry Adams is up to. I know he's retired, but for God's sake, man, I know you want to get into power, but you're really going to go down the left route and sell everything that makes your party Republican just to get into power. Is that how desperate you are?
Yeah.
Because you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, the Greens, Sinn Féin, and all of those people before profit, and all of these other social democrats and all these other fucking little gobshite parties, right? These are all fucking traitors. A lot of yous. And I'm not talking about the new parties, by the way. I'm talking about the established ones that have been around for a while. You're all a bunch of fucking traitors, every single one of yous, right? You don't even understand what it is to be Irish, right? Because if you did, you would be fucking doing this and going down this route. How fucking dare you? Fucking the memory of our revolutionaries,
yeah,
right? And they were all given at their remembrance from Michael Collins. Don't even mention his name. You aren't even good enough to mention his name. And I could tell you one fucking thing. Read all these autobiographies, know everything that there is to know about him. I can fucking tell you right now that every single one of you would be considered a fucking traitor to the Free State. And you know what happens, fucking traitors?
Yeah. Go missing in the night.
This country's gone to the dogs. London Mayor is a disgrace. He's a fucking gobshite, man. Holden, I agree with you. I see the shit he comes out with as well. All he's fucking interested in is rainbow fucking flags, cross fucking roads, and fucking putting cameras up, spying on fucking people.
Yeah, so it's got to go. Everyone's saying it.
That's all it is. You need to fucking stand up and fucking take our country back, right? Because it's going to happen here. Tensions are rising here slowly, right? Communities now are all gathering, and all of these pricks from other countries are gathering as well. Do you think they can fight the Irish? I tell you, there's only one way it's fucking ending, fuckers. Right? It's only one way it's ending, because I'll be leaving fucking here and I'll be out on the fucking streets with everybody fucking else. Yeah? This is our fucking country. We're proud of this fucking country. We don't mind taking fuckers in that want to fucking work and shit. But you're not gonna fucking go around and put fear into the fucking communities there, women and fucking children. Fuck that shit. Tell you, you don't know. You think we're all soft. You think we're gone all soft. To tell you, we'll make our ancestors fucking proud.
Yep, like you did before.
Make our ancestors proud. We've already put the bill to one side. We're gonna kill it. That hate speech bill, we're gonna fucking kill it. It's on the verge of being killed as well. And by the way, to the American gobshites out there, you know, lying to the rest of the world about Ireland, saying that we're weak and all of this fucking shit, right? Do you not see what's happening in the communities? Do you not see the protests that are happening? We ain't fucking weak. I can tell you fucking so. We'll show you fuckers how to fucking sort this shit out, right? And how to do it fucking properly. right? Because where every other country are all fucking melts, but you do nothing, you just let it fucking happen, right? Britain and fucking, you know what? One thing about us and the English, we have one thing in fucking common, right? We don't just fucking do that. We fucking take action and we fucking sort out our fucking countries, right? That's the difference. Everybody else, yeah, right? And you just let it get worse and worse and worse and worse, right? But we do something about it, right? So don't be fucking taking a slight at us, how we do our shit, right? We know how to handle their fucking business here in this fucking country, I can tell you that, right? And the same with the English, I can fucking safely say that. The English are the fucking same, right? And I'm proud of them for standing up against fucking Europe. We should have fucking done the same. We were a bunch of cowards that we didn't fucking go with you.
Yeah.
People need to take back their countries. I'm not calling for a revolution, but you need to vote. You need to fucking do something. You need to get out there. You know, it's happening all around you, folks. You know, your kids are going back to school. And you know what that means, don't you? All of these little weirdo teachers in the classrooms. Right?
Yeah, I don't think we actually have real schools now. Most of them are academies anyway. No, they're not even like county owned anymore. They're all like academies, like funded from those weird little funding associations. It's weird.
Ridiculous.
Teaching absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I got it. It is. And you know what? Do you know what? Right, I've got to give you the laugh. I watched this video, and this just shows the hypocrisy and the fact that these people. Now, this happened in America, right? It didn't happen here, but it was a good clip that actually, you know, shows the stupidity of all of this and the disgusting nature of the type of books. So this mother is at a school board meeting, right? And she wants to complain about the book that's being taught in the classrooms. So she brings the book along to this board meeting. She starts reading paragraphs of this book to the board. And they interrupt her and they say, oh, you can't, that's disgusting. You can't be saying, you can't be saying that stuff. And she says, well, that's the point I'm trying to make, is you're teaching this to our kids.
Yeah.
So like, again, she got, they knock our mic and all off, they do, right? So let me get this straight. Yeah. So it's disgusting to read the book out at a board meeting. And this is what one of the board members said to her, by the way. And this is the kicker. I don't think you should be reading this because there'll just be children at the board meetings. And I'm like,
teaching it to them. Yeah.
That's the point. That's what she's trying to fucking tell you. So you're telling her that she can't read it here just in case there's any kids here, but they're teaching in the classrooms where there's kids.
Teaching this to kids.
How are they that stupid?
They are. They're living like Cloud Cuckoo Land. They're only members of board just for the power. That's all they are. Oh, look, it looks good on my CV. I was a board member for a while. Wow. And it's like, oh, God, you know. What egos. It's all hubris now. No. All hubris. The world is run on hubris. Totally run on
I didn't mean to have a rant, but got a few beers on me, so the tongue is a bit looser. So I'll probably get in. No, I won't get into trouble. I haven't said that, and that isn't fucking true. Look, I'm entitled to speak me fucking mind, and if YouTube has a fucking problem with it, well, you can go and fucking suck me little finger, right? Sick of yous as well, fucking censoring fucking people, right? People have a right to know what's going on in their fucking countries, right? Because the media won't fucking do it. So let people out there that are brave enough to fucking expose this fucking do it.
Yeah.
Sick of it, man. Sick of it. But thank you very much.
The only media that do it around here is GB News. They don't have the balls enough to do it.
No, but they're just as bad, right? Because they brought on that leftist twat that decided to race bait over a woman that killed a lot. So this is what's fucked up about the world, right? So you's all over in the UK, you's all heard about the nurse that was killing, you know,
Looney Letby, right? Yeah, Looney Letby.
Yeah, right. So then all of these racists, you know, that to be on these shows ranting about white people, decided to use that as an opportunity to have a dig at white people saying it was white supremacy is why she got away with killing all those babies. Yes, there's disgusting, vile human beings.
It was NHS incompetence. That's how she got away
Right,
with it.
Dr. Shola, and then that other fucking gobshite that Great Britain News had on. Right,
So
and this is why I'm saying, right, Great Britain News is supposed to be, you know, an alternative news source.
But you've got to remember, they have to bring these leftist lunatics on because Ofcom demands it, or else they'll get shut down. It's the same. You see the opposite on Jeremy Vine's show.
Yeah, but hang on, right? I get what you're saying,
like it or
right?
not.
But how can anybody in Ofcom justify someone coming on to use a tragedy like that to race bait? It has to be wrong. Where is everybody's fucking moral compass? Like,
exactly, but they've been captured. They've been captured because Michael Grade is in charge of them. Remember what Michael Grade did? We all remember what he did. Well,
what she did. She grifted dead babies, man.
Yeah.
And race baited because your woman happened to be white. She was a fucking baby killer. It doesn't matter what color her fucking
she should be.
She was
do you know what I think she should do? We should bring her a death penalty and hang her. She should be the first one to be hung. That's my personal opinion.
You have a better punishment. You put her in a room with all the parents of the kids and let them fucking sort her out.
Yeah.
Right?
First one. And it shouldn't be privately hung. It should be in Parliament Square in front of everyone and be televised.
No, there's no Doctor Who happening. I'm not that drunk.
Yeah.
Don't tell him about Doctor. It's not happening. Nice try, though. Nice try.
Yeah.
But no.
No. That's my feelings on the matter. It's Ofcom's stupid rules 9 times out of 10. They have to bring out, like, if you're going to take very far right, you've got to bring someone far left in to balance it out. It's ridiculous. Loopy Lou Grade. Michael Grade. My daddy was Lou Grade, but he had all the talent. Yeah, I didn't, because I got rid of Doctor Who in the 80s because I'm talentless. Yeah, that's Michael Grade.
Oh, by the way, just to let fans of James Bond, yeah, it was Sean Connery's birthday. It was. So.
Oh, I missed the guy.
Yeah. So, like, you know, we might as well wish him a happy birthday. So, cheers. Yeah. I know it's not a martini and it's not shaken or stored, but it is a beer, so happy birthday.
Yeah.
Like Sean Connery.
I miss the guy. I miss old Ramirez.
So, yeah, so it was his birthday. But no news on the potential casting of a Bond, which is
yeah, well, there's no more casting on anything because of the strikes. Oh, did you hear the one about the union, the striking the Writers Guild of America? They've got no chief financial officer, they've got no chief financial, and they've got no legal officer. They're making all these demands. It's like,
well, hold on, right. PD, clear your voice, PD, or get out your drum roll, because as we do when it's someone's birthday, even if we don't know them on this channel, we have to sing happy birthday. So, do you want to do a drum roll, or do you want me to just sing happy, embarrass myself by singing happy birthday?
I haven't got a drum to do a drum roll with.
Okay. Right, we're going to clear our voices, and on 3, we're all going to sing happy birthday, and even if he's our homies are going to fucking do it, right? Or even if you don't do it, you pretend that you've done it, and you wish JWC Sons a happy birthday. So he's 20, right? So he's only starting off, so come on. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, JWC Review Son. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
And that's enough of that nonsense.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Well done, PD. Well done. Love that. I love that. That was brilliant. We should do roll, roll, roll your boat the next time, PD, like they did in Star Trek.
I've actually got that now. I've actually got the full track of that. So yeah, I got.
I love that. I love that version.
I got the deluxe version. My God, I love that album, the deluxe album.
That's deadly, man. Roll,
Yeah.
roll, roll your boat gently down the
Actually got the
stream.
full harp song on it. Yeah.
Hooray! Thanks, Noel. I dragged him into. Oh, feck off. Anyway, happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. And don't get into trouble. And keep safe. Keep safe, man. Keep safe. That's the most important thing nowadays. You know, and cheers. I don't know if you drink, but I'll say cheers anyway. And if you do, you know, moderation. Moderation.
Yeah, yeah. Always moderation.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do what I used to do back in the day. I used to go on 6-day benders. You know, I could afford it, you know, but it's not good for you in the long run.
Yeah.
I take one day off. See, I worked hard and then I played hard. That's the same.
You were a chef though. I mean, I know a lot of chefs.
Yeah, I was a chef, and I was a chef, and on my lunch break we'd go over for, because it was the head chef, we'd go over for a couple of pints and have a game of snooker, and then we'd sit down, have our dinner, then have a couple of more pints and have a couple of more games of snooker, and then go back over then and then do the evening shift. And we'd be a bit tipsy, but we'd have everything kind of prepped and ready to go. So we were pretty good.
It's a hard job. It's a bloody hard job. A friend of mine's a chef. It's a hard job. It's not easy. Not at all.
Oh, he's a stoner. Well, but you know what? I can't really say on YouTube, but yes, I'm the same. Can I say I'm the same without getting into trouble? I'm the same. If you see the Gardaí bust in, right, it's because it's illegal. No, I don't have any here, but I'm just saying I am a bit of a stoner. The guards don't give a fuck nowadays, man. So they even said back in the 50s, I remember, there's this show that RTE did when I used to watch them when they were great. They had this show called Reeling. Actually, that's what I'd say to a lot of you. If you want to kind of get a glimpse into how Ireland was, right? There's a show called, and it's available on DVD, by the way, so I'm pretty sure you'll get it on Blu-ray as well. But it's called Reeling in the Years, right? And it shows the key points in not just Ireland, though. They will do some international news, but it mostly is about Ireland, and it has a great soundtrack to it. It's seriously, man, I'm not messing. It's one of the best produced shows that they've ever done. And the whoever the people are behind who picks the music for it, each song picks with each scene that they show you through. It's brilliant, man. And then they show you old interviews. It's called Reeling in the Years, right? If you want to learn a little bit about Ireland and what it was like back in the day, right, and how old-fashioned we actually were, like, there's actually a protest, right, because women had went to Belfast to get the contraceptive pill because it wasn't available. And then when they came back, there was a big protest with flags and all, and slagging these women off. And then they were being interviewed on the telly, and it's the funniest fucking thing. So why did you go when you can't get them here and there? And I was like, for fuck's sake, shut up. But it's the funniest, seriously, man. You will enjoy it if you want to know more about Ireland and get a kind of a snapshot on the way it was, and they cover the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then they did the early 2000s as well. But it's great, and the soundtracks, obviously, you know, they go with each decade. So you'll have 60s music in the 60s season, then 70s music, and so on and so on and so on. And it's actually very good. If anybody in the chat has actually seen it, let me know, because I feel like a bit of a twat talking about it. If nobody's actually seen it. So I'll write it in, right? So it's called, well, it's me fucking, there it is. Reeling in the Years. I think there's a couple of episodes free on YouTube. Oh, we got Matthew in the, I haven't seen Matthew in a while, man. It's nice
he was on Rabbis the other day. We're chatting on the Rabbis the other day. Yeah, Rabbi's feeling better now. He's getting over his cold, but he still feels a bit queasy.
That's a bit weird. I got an invite into a group, So I decided, you know what, I don't really do the Facebook groups things anymore as much. And I says, you know what, right, okay, I'll join. I'm after getting rejected because apparently someone else added me and they're not allowing people from Ireland then. I'm like,
Oh God, bit racist, isn't it?
well, no, it's a local group in America, like in a Connecticut or something. So
Oh,
I mean, I understand it. I mean, you know, no new TV dramas. I say, oh no, I can't watch that. JWC. As I said, their country is not perfect, but this is probably our biggest shame as a country. That right there. If you have ever seen a movie called the Magdalene the Magdalene Sisters, or what was the name of the movie? Was it called the Magdalene Sisters? Oh, it's horrifying. And then obviously, you know, you had a couple of these women doing TV interviews, and you hear the horrors that they went through. I mean, I mean, JWC reviews. I think it's. I will say this. I think it's about time, because I do think this needs to be shown how horrible it actually was. I know we have the movie The Madeleine Sisters. It is The Madeleine Sisters. I know we have that movie, but that was a movie. If we actually have a TV show that follows certain characters like the movie did, it's going to be the most horrifying fucking thing that anybody's ever fucking seen. And it's going to be gut-wrenching, but I think the story needs to be told. I think it's about time that that Irish people that have had their heads in the sands over this are finally exposed to it, and they see what actually happened within the Catholic Church. I mean, the Catholic Church, in my opinion, in Ireland is finished anyway. You see it. Hardly anybody goes to church anyway. But I'm not satisfied with that. I want these bastards to answer for what they did for all of these decades. Now, I know some are dead now and they'll never be charged or anything like this. But the fact that, you know, I mean, how much compensation has the church given to victims in Ireland? I don't even know. I don't even think there is much of a figure, right? So, you know, they haven't answered, in my opinion, for what happened in this country. So I think it wasn't it, man? It was nasty stuff. I mean, what they did to those poor women. I mean, we never knew. And this was going all the way up. Remember, the last Magdalene Laundry closed in the 90s. Now, of course, it wasn't the same as it was back then, but still, they were still a place until the fucking 90s. And Sinead O'Connor, yeah, was there. I mean, she was so messed up, that woman. I hate that people are attacking her and all that, but people got to understand that she went through that system, and then her own mother wasn't really nice to her either. I mean, no wonder she fucking changed religion as much as her fucking underwear. Like, do you know what I mean? The woman was confused. You know?
Yeah.
They found mass graves and all recently as well. I know, it's fucking disgraceful, man. We're still, listen, here's the thing, JWC reviews. We haven't even got to the tip of the iceberg of all of that. Right? I mean, think about it, right? We were occupied for 800 years, and then, you know, we were starved to death, and we lost a lot of people during the famine, right? Then when we finally get independence, right, De Valera decides to give the church the power, right? And then what is the church doing? Systematically taking babies and adopting them, right? Taking babies off mothers, right? Then them mothers are thrown into a laundry. And then, as you know yourself as well, and this is another thing, not only were babies killed and stuff like that, mothers were killed as well. There's like graves everywhere in this country. We haven't even got to the tip of the iceberg of the shit that's happened in this fucking country. Right? As I said, we're not a perfect country, but once the Catholic Church was exposed in this country, that was it for them. And you're seeing that the church has been slowly on the decline ever since then. Hardly anybody goes to church anymore. It's done. The Catholic Church is done in Ireland. It's done. But I'm not satisfied. I think, bishops, that maybe still around now, or priests that are still around now, there are still people that need to pay as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Victims need to get not only proper compensation, but the state, the government need to do everything in their power to make sure that those people get all the help that they actually need.
Yeah.
Because there's this famous interview on RTE, you can actually watch it on YouTube, but I'm going to tell you, if you watch it, it's a bit disturbing and it might upset you because your man actually gets upset. But there's a fella in the audience and they're talking about the Catholic Church and the abuse in the Catholic Church. And they go to the audience then, and this bloke, he's probably in his 60s, 70s now. And he was talking about what happened to him. And he was great and everything he was.
Oh,
and he described detail of what they did to him and the beatings he got. And that interview it was on prime time, I think it was. And this is a hard thing to stomach. We haven't even hit the listen. I don't even want to get because it depresses me. Because our country is already fucked enough as it is. We've got that shit to deal with as well. We did the worst thing that De Valera did, and this is why I'll never forgive De Valera, is that he gave the Catholic Church authority in this country. As soon as you did that, that was it for people. Remember, when the JWC will back me up on this, if there was a domestic disturbance or domestic abuse happening, you didn't call the Gardaí back then. You called the local priest.
Yeah.
And he would go and fucking sort it out. And as soon as everybody knew the priest was coming, everybody was like that. Because you feared them. That's what they did. They turned, the Catholic Church actually turned, with the help of De Valera, turned this country into a religious authoritarian state. Everything was monitored by the church. They brought in the thing for abortion. They controlled everything. They did no contraceptive. That was all them.
Yeah.
They controlled everything that you did, and that was thanks to De Valera. That's why I think De Valera is a traitor, and that's why I think De Valera set this country back. He set this country back. He did. The Catholic Church set this country back.
Yeah.
Priests were respected until people found out what they were really like. Yeah, well, let's make a distinction. We do know, because I have come across, I met some good priests in the priesthood.
Yeah, they're not all bad, mate.
And again, they're just as disgusted as we are, when shit is covered up. I would just like them to speak up a little bit more, though. But of course, they don't want to lose what they have. But at the end of the day, I think, if people had been a lot braver back then, we wouldn't be in the situation that we were in. But
yeah,
look, every country has its skeletons in its closet.
Oh, tell me about it.
We certainly do. We're not proud of that, but I think we've made great strides as a country since then. And we have. I mean, if this was still, think about it this way: if this country was still under the Catholic Church, same-sex marriages wouldn't have come into play, and all of this other stuff. Abortion wouldn't have come into play, right? So that's how I know the church is done, because those two things alone, the Catholic Church resisted for years and years and years and years, and now we have them here. So tried watching the film, too intense for me. Our Song for a Raggy Boy is worse though, because that's about an Irish boys' school, and it's shameful. It's shameful. It is. It wasn't just happening here though. There was Madeleine Laundries in Australia as well. It was happening in Australia. Remember, America have their issues with Catholic priests as well. So it's not just, Ireland, but Ireland is probably the worst for it though. because
Yeah.
we'd send all those priests. See, this is the thing that the Catholic Church did. Instead of reporting these scumbags and having them locked up as you would fucking do, but because they were more concerned about their reputation, they decided to fly these fuckers off to either Africa or America or South America, right? And then what happened then is then they did exactly what they did in Ireland, but they had more free reign over there, and they did it a lot more.
Yeah. Burying the problem, pretty much.
That's it. Well, listen, I want to get away from this topic because
it's depressing,
it's
mate.
kind of fucking. It's but priests are just men, but the church had so much power, it went to their head. Power corrupts people, and they do horrible shit. And you're absolutely fucking right.
Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, the old saying goes.
Anyway, let's move on from that fucking shit. Also, Tim Burton's. It was actually Tim Burton's birthday. It's Tim Burton's birthday. Anybody that doesn't know who Tim Burton is, obviously he's 65, by the way, so he's retirement age. And of course, he has grossed over 4.4 billion at the global box office across 20 films directed by him since Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So there you go. And 65. So happy birthday, but I'm not going to sing happy birthday to you, Tim, because you won't be watching. And you know what? You're not watching. I don't really give a shit.
He's cuddled up with his wife.
Happy birthday, anyway. Yeah. He's doing. We know you're doing Beetlejuice, Tim. That's the one.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm more cheerful now. Our Jedward's still going. I don't know. Has someone not smothered them yet?
I thought they had nervous breakdowns. That's also I heard about Jedward.
Actually, Jedward were in the news a couple of months ago, weren't they? Because they were acting all big-headed, weren't they? And then they were put in their place, and I haven't heard much from them. But they were slagging people off that had a problem with people coming over here, unvetted migrants, and I think they were put in their place. But yeah, they tried to make themselves relevant again. But those mop brushers, I don't know what they do for a living now. They're probably mopping floors somewhere, you know, in some country somewhere, you know. Let's hope they're not in Ireland and someone else has to put up with that fucking nonsense. But yeah, you know, we blame the X Factor for that. Blame Simon Cowell. We're not responsible, right?
Yeah.
Because we have the good sense, right? Because they tried over here to get famous, and we have the good sense not to make them fucking famous, right?
Put in their
okay,
place.
But Louis Walsh and fucking Simon Cowell thought differently, right? You would never have fucking had them if it hadn't been for that fucking Pop Idol or X Factor or whatever the fuck they were on.
It was horrible. It's dead. The show's dead. ITV's just flogging it a dead horse now.
So sorry, I'm gonna blame you Brits for that. It's the same with Mrs. Brown's Boys as well. You keep, I don't know what it is, but you keep giving that fucking show an audience. It's dead over here, like. But you keep giving that an audience, and now it's getting more fucking episodes. Like, you need to leave it out, man. Go and watch Father Ted.
Yeah.
Right? If you want a decent sitcom like that, right? A comedy like that, that's done better. Then watch Father Ted.
Arden got cancelled again, didn't he? By the bloody, you know, when they went and performed in the end. That was so funny.
Yeah, outside the Edinburgh.
Outside the Scottish Parliament. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Well, apparently it went well. So that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some weirdos. I'm just looking.
Sorry,
it's a bit of a slow news day. There's not much of fucking anything new. That's what I mean. There's not much new to really talk about. Like, I suppose it's good that I went on a bit of a rant, isn't it? I suppose.
Oh yeah.
I knew that was AI generated. There was no way she looked like that. I mean, she's already enough as it is. Why you had to AI generate a Gal Gadot picture when she's already a beauty? Like, I mean, I don't get that shit. Like, you know. Oh yeah, there's this new. I want to ask you guys this. There's this new. There seems to be this new trend now on social media I've seen it a lot on X. A lot of blokes that live in their nanny's basement saying that a lot of these women like Gail Gadot are mid or average. I mean, Gail Gadot mid. Scarlett Johansson mid. I don't think so. What's her name? Even though she does me head in, Jennifer Lawrence. She's definitely not mid.
No. Oh, she's the first action hero. No, don't you know?
I don't really give a shit if she's the first action hero or the first porn star. Who gives a shit? She's beautiful, right? That's the bottom line, right? Jessica Alba, beautiful, right? There's loads of beautiful women out there, but there's this new trend that seems to be these fat blokes that are in their mammy's basement, still living at home, are calling all of these women mid for attention. I mean, this is how sucky society is now. It's that, like, you know, people to look for attention off people PD. They're literally calling these women mid so they can get attention. I mean, that's pretty fucking sad, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. But then again, no one can move out the basements anymore because there's no houses.
Oh, by the way, there was something I wanted to show you. There's a little video that I put up on the account. This is heartbreaking. You will hear the audio. Hold on, I'll find it now. Oh yeah, Gary had to remind us. You know, he put up a picture. Remember when we thought the American comic book industry hit rock bottom with this? Remember Snowflake and Safe Space comic book?
Oh yeah.
Just to give you a reminder of what Snowflake and Safe Space looked like. There were these purple characters, do you remember, and the blue characters. We all had a good laugh over that. Yeah, Gary had to remind everybody. Oh, here's something interesting, actually, just before I get to what I wanted to show you. So, as you know, India landed on the moon.
Yeah.
I'll repeat. India landed on the moon. Now, why am I going India and kind of mocking it? Well, the reason why I'm mocking it is because this country is supposed to be very, very poor. And that people are all over the world as refugees or migrants, whatever you want to call them, right? And they're able to send a rocket and a rover to the moon, right? But then when I looked into it, I was kind of like, okay, but there's something dodgy going on here. So I want to tell you something. So the 2006 movie with Jennifer Lawrence, right? Passengers. With Chris Pratt, right? It was made for 110 million, right? So that movie cost 110 million to make, right? The Martian from 2015, the Ridley Scott movie, deadly movie, 108 million to make, right? Interstellar, Christopher Nolan movie, 2014, 165 million to make that movie, right? Gravity, don't know who directed it, don't give a shit. Didn't really like it. 2013, 100 million. And then you had that poxy Avatar 2019, don't like it. James Cameron's 237 million. Now I don't want anybody to cheat, and if anybody knows how much it cost India to go to the moon, right, don't say anything if you already know the answer. But if you don't know the answer, give me how much you think it cost India to go to the moon, because I have, trust me, I have a valid point to make. This is going somewhere. So how much do you think it cost India to go to the moon? Now, just to let you know that anytime the Americans launch a rocket into space, it costs them billions, okay? It costs them billions, and it's going to cost them billions to get to the moon, right? Okay, so how much do you think it cost them to get? So JWC reviews are saying 92 million-ish. Right.
I think it cost them a couple of billion myself.
Anybody else want to have a guess before I give you how much it cost India to go to the moon? Anybody? Let's see.
So I said a few billion.
Okay. Right. Well, you're off with a few billion. JWC reviews, because nobody else is putting it, how much, was close. It's not 92 million-ish. It cost them 75 million to get to the moon. So, no. This is the point I wanted to make. So for all you American people that are in the chat right now, you've got to ask why your government is spending, what is it, 3.5 billion, right? That's just for the rocket, by the way, and all the other tech, right? And then whatever else it's going to cost to get there. So you're looking at about 5 billion. So ask yourselves why it's costing the American taxpayer 5 billion to go to the moon when India can do it for 75 million of other people's money.
Yeah.
And when I say other people's money, I mean that's money
English
aid
reparations,
that Matthew has actually put in the chat, which is absolutely spot on. Now, this is a country that's piss poor, but yeah, they have the nature to go to the moon. And remember, they had 2 other missions before that, and the one in the middle failed. So this was their 3rd attempt to get to the moon. So it was a 75 each time to get to the moon. So all of that money, right, from other countries paid. So India might have got a rocket to the moon, but it's all of their achievements, because my country, I know the UK, and I know other countries in Europe send aid to that country.
Yeah.
And yet they were able to fly a rocket to the moon.
We still pay
hypocrisy.
Yeah. We still pay reparations to them, and they're using it for space rockets now. It's like, and they got poor on the streets. Absolute hypocrisy. And
by the way, do you know why this journalist in India, by the way, he's put up a very interesting video, but also he's came out and said that the only reason why India has a space program is because they like the attention. They like the international attention. They want to be seen in a good light. Now, I know other countries have done that before, but Jesus Christ, you've got millions of your people starving in the world. Starving. Yeah. Right? Your country is also being accused of being one of the biggest polluters in the world.
Yeah.
And you're spending 75 million. Now, I don't know what 75 million would get you in India if you could house your people and feed your people. But do you not think that'd be a better use of 75 million of other people's money?
Yeah.
Like what it's supposed to be for, which is to feed your people. Yeah. And why anybody hasn't condemned this, or any of the countries that give aid. I mean, Air Taoiseach comes out and congratulates them. Like, you send money to that, they went, I mean, if that was me, so hang on, the aid that we gave you, where did that money go? I want to see receipts where that money went. Because if it went to some fucking rocket, I want their fucking millions back. Right? I want the fucking back. Going to the moon. It's like when North Korea launched their ballistic missiles and all of that. The people are starving and they can, launch fucking missiles, and our leader is a big fat cunt, like, you know what I mean? Because he's not starving,
Fatty Kim the Third, as the Chinese call him.
You know what I mean? You'll probably nuke Ireland now for me saying that, but you're a fat rocket man, right? Teacher, you should treat your people. Do you know, if you actually treated your people well, right? If you actually treated your people well, you might actually, be surprised. That your country, your people might be actually all right, won't turn against you, do right by them. You might be a bit of a dictating, murdering prick, but if you changed your spots and you actually fucking fed your people, maybe they might give you a fucking chance.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter anyway. You'd be dead of a heart attack in about 5-6 years anyway, you fat cunt.
Just like his old man.
Rocket man.
Don't run too much Swiss cheese.
Sorry, I just hate him. He's a fucking evil cunt, right? He's a modern day fucking you-know-who, right? And nobody will do anything about it, right? They should just fucking support. I can't even say it. I'll say it on the other platform that I can get away with it. But they should just, something needs to be done.
Yeah.
Something needs to be done. I mean, the Americans were going to go in and invade Cuba. The Bay of Pigs, look how that went, right? I suppose they did fuck up there. But you mean to tell me, which is a modern technology today, you couldn't fucking do something? Of course, send the Americans over, they probably fuck it up anyway.
Always do, yeah.
They'll put some of their fucking
Look
dick.
what happened in
They'll put
Afghanistan.
you know what'll happen? You know what'll happen? They'll overthrow the fucking country and they'll put some other fucking dickhead that they think is on their side and put him in fucking power and give it 15, 20 fucking years later, right? After they've given them all the arms and the weapons and all and the money, right? Then he'll turn on them like all fucking dictators do.
Yeah, just like Afghanistan. Well done there, old man Joey. You really did a good job in Afghanistan.
President Senile Biden.
Yeah, old man Joey, as I call him.
I'm just going to lie here where people have died.
Oh, come on, what have I done now? Old man Joey, you killed everyone again. No, I didn't.
He can't even walk up a flight of fucking stairs. He can't without falling.
I know. What? That's the leader of the free world.
You know what? It's like as if someone has a remote control and they're very bad. You know, one of these radio control fucking things, and they're trying to control him, but they're fucking shit at it, and he just keeps falling over.
Yeah. Yeah, when his son sneezes, you get a snowstorm. Yeah.
I can't wait for him to run again, though, because like, the fact of the matter is, right, if he's deteriorating this bad now, wait till you see when it gets to November, November, a whole year, right? He's going to be worse. There's no way. Listen, the only way he gets in is, you all know which way. I can't actually say it. They'll probably put something on the video. The election wasn't rigged, right? But that's the only way that they're going to do this, right? And they're already trying to do it because they've already arrested Trump and all of this shit, right? So, they're trying to rig it, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to be able to. But the thing about, wait, you see when he'd walk a fucking stick. Jesus Christ, why hasn't someone just said, listen, Joe, you've had your time, right? Leave it to a younger person, because I suppose, I mean, at this stage, we all know that, like, none of the other candidates are going to win now at this stage anyway. So, but still, the poor man needs to be locked up in prison for being, a bit of a, just like his son, but his son snips the other stuff. The other fella likes to snip kids, but they should both be locked up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they're both terrible.
Mr. Sniffy McSnifferson. Oh, it's got a kid over there. Come here. I honestly believe that Biden will be forced to stand down for medical reasons and replacement candidate found. It would be insane to run him for the 2024 election. There is a simmering rumor that Michael might step up to the plate. Michael Obama.
Michelle. Oh yeah, Michael.
Michael Obama. Yeah, you took you a couple of seconds to
oh
God. There, man.
We know who's got the balls in that relationship, don't we?
So Michael Obama, apparently the rumor is, first it was Chelsea Clinton, but I don't think she has it in her. But apparently they're getting Michael Obama prepped. So you could have the first whatever president.
Oh God!
It's so fucking funny this. Because the weird thing is, there is actually no photographs of her. I don't believe that Joan Rivers or not. Well, I'll tell you right now though. Okay, go and Google Michelle Obama pregnant. Go ahead, right? And I tell you what to do. You give me a photograph of Michelle Obama pregnant, or give me a photograph of Michelle Obama with those babies, right? With those two girls as babies, right? And I can guarantee you won't find one fucking thing. I didn't believe it either. And I don't know if I still do, but what I will say is this. It is very suspicious that when you Google other people and if they've been pregnant, you will find pregnancy photographs. But when you Google Michelle Obama, you don't get not one photograph of her pregnant. Zero, zilch, none. And there's never been an explanation.
I think David Icke's right. I think she's a lizard person.
Doesn't mean anything. Men can get pregnant these days. I saw it on Twitter.
They don't last long though. Not the baby.
Well, they actually talking about. Well done, nice segue, JWC reviews.
Yeah.
So they've done the forced womb transplant, and now of course the people on the people in the trans activists are like, oh yes. In a few years' time, men will be able to get pregnant. No, they won't. Right? Because I can tell you now that a womb transplant into a bloke is going to be too complicated and it's not going to work. Right? Which means then you're actually taking wombs out of, and that'll be another fucking, because obviously his sister did this for her sister, which is fair enough. But then where we get, actually, that's what I want to ask you, activists. Where are we getting all these wombs for all of these transplants that you want? I mean, he's going to wait for old women to pass away, take their wombs or something, because that's not going to work. So, how are you going to get all of these wombs? See, I smell something fishy here. Sorry, pardon the pun. But I smell something fishy going on here. Where are you getting all these wombs? Are you gonna grow them? Are you gonna transplant them from someone? And if you transplant them from someone, is that person dead or alive?
Yeah.
See, we're getting into a whole ethics dilemma with this shit, and it's not gonna go down well. The body, of course, they would.
Yeah.
Fishy poo sack. Yeah.
That's what I call him anyway. I didn't vote for him. How I got him, nobody voted for him.
Nobody voted for him, didn't they? No.
Yeah.
Is he doing actually honestly, right? Because I do hear people, give out about him and stuff. He does come across as a bit of a gobshite though, doesn't he?
He's
that comment that you made about the English team. The women's team, where he meant to say they left it all on the field, but they he said something else. They left nothing on the field or something. He said it wrong. Cheryl told me that today. I had a bit of a laugh. I mean, he does come across as a bit of an idiot. I mean,
he's a Blue Peter presenter.
Has the country even improved under him at all?
No. We're going backwards.
It has improved.
Much as we're under Bojo, we improved under Bojo the Clown. We're going backwards under Fishy Poosack, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, that shouldn't be allowed. I mean, it's not my country, but I mean, if a prime minister is exposed to be a dickhead and then he's asked to step down, there shouldn't be the party involved shouldn't be allowed to just nominate another person to be prime minister. There has to be a general election in that situation.
The problem is,
you can elect a new party leader, fair enough, but that new leader then has to go through the same election process that others went through. I've never understood that part.
No, it's not about party. It's not about the person in the UK. It's about the party. That's the problem in the UK. So the party can just put someone else in charge. I mean, I love her or hate her. Liz Truss never got a chance, in my honest opinion. That's what everyone's saying. I completely agree. She never got a bloody chance. No point complaining about someone who never got a chance.
No, she never got a chance, but she bleeding crippled your economy within fucking 5 minutes, like.
Everyone's saying it would have panned out in the long term, but short term it was a bit of a
but has it panned out? She's not there now. Richie is there. So has it panned out since though? Because I don't think he reversed that.
He's gone kissing Bezos' arse and everyone, and gone straight to ending. I don't like the World Economic Forum, but I actually do, kind of thing as usual. one hand, and the only reason he's doing this thing about the banks is because of the UK owns half the bank, and Nigel Farage got him over a barrel over that one. I think rightly.
Yeah, I don't even want to go into, but you're right. Yeah, the human trafficking and the dead babies. I know, man, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some horrible stuff out there. But look, we're gonna wrap up in 9 minutes time. So when it gets to 1:45 here, we're gonna wrap up. So do you know what I'll do for the next 9 minutes, guys? I'll give you an opportunity. If you want to ask any of us a question on the panel, me co-host here, PD, you're asking to ask us. If there's anything you want their opinion on, get it in the comments section right now, this minute. And what we'll do is while you are getting the comments in, I will actually get PD to do the channel shout outs now, so we can get it done and over with, and we can end then on the 1:45 mark. So PD, where can people find you, and where will you be next week?
You can find me on Rabbi's channel normally, hiding in the chat, fixing it, keeping everything going, keeping the old clunky machine going. That sounds like I'm talking about Rabbi now, isn't it? Well, he is kind of ill at the moment, so he's doing his best. But yeah, you can find me there. Sometimes you can find me on Dan's channel when I get drafted in for Dan's, which is always fun. I haven't been drafted in for a long time though, but hey. So you can find me there, them two channels normally, and here on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Opinion on Liverpool winning the league.
Yeah. We'll shove, what's his name? Oh, God, what has Gobby changed it to? Sorry, I just changed it on my Rolodex.
Gobster, the Gobster.
The Gobster, yeah, the Gobster now. Yeah.
Opinion on Liverpool winning the league. Okay.
Shut the Gobster
I'll just put on me football, not me Man United hat. Right, me football hat. There's no chance in living hell that Liverpool are coming anywhere near the top four, let alone win the league. Liverpool are a team in transition right now, and they've lost some. Yes, okay, some people say that the players were a bit over the hill, but a lot of these players did do a lot for Liverpool, and I don't think they brought in enough. They were counting on Bellingham as well. They wanted to get Bellingham, but he went to Real Madrid like we wanted Harry Kane, and he went to Bayern Munich. So no, I don't even see Liverpool getting into the top four. Yeah, football is soccer. Yeah, it is soccer. You call it soccer in America. It's football here. So there you go, the Gobsters channel. So no, I don't see it. JWC Reviews is obviously an Arsenal fan, and he's being biased there, and he thinks his club is going to win it. But I disagree. I don't think Arsenal is going to win it either. And I did have us challenging, but now after a transfer window has gone to absolute shit, I'm going to be bleeding honest here, and I'm also going to say that I think United are going to struggle to get into the top four as well. But I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. I think they'll come short again. But obviously JWC Reviews, being the Arsenal fan, is gonna he knows his team better than I know his team. But for what I'm seeing, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, they crumble. So they came close.
Yeah.
Arsenal now, and this is just from my point of view, because Arsenal fans haven't done themselves any favours. Not JWC Reviews, but the Arsenal TV fan channel, right? The biggest fucking clowns that you can come across. They don't do Arsenal fans any favours. But you've got to do it this season because you spent 110 million on an average player, in my opinion, in Declan Rice. Arsenal forever, says Cam's crap. Oh, look at, they're all coming in now. All of these Arsenal fans.
Yeah, everyone's woken up.
Hello, everybody listening in the car. Thanks, Noel and PD. Cheers, everyone in the chat. And
No
take
worries,
it easy.
no
You too, mate. Thank you. We really do appreciate it. Marcus from Belfast.
We've been trying to get you to do the accent.
Noel, are you subscribed to to that baldy little bitch? No, I saw him on Mark Aldridge's channel. and he got a bit of stick off a couple of Man United fans, and he ran off like the little bitch that he is. So no time for little pussies like that. And you know what? He just tries to emulate what Goldbridge does, right? He just tries to emulate what Goldbridge does. So he's not. Yeah, I wouldn't be. What else? I've been trying to get. No, I won't do the I won't insult the people from Northern Ireland by trying to.
You won't do the accent.
They're having a conversation there. So yeah, a bit annoying we're not aren't using our Carrick connection to bring in some. Well, we're selling a fucking lot of them, Cinnamon. So I don't know what the fuck. I mean, we've lost the plot as a club. We're selling our young talent, like, because we're desperate for fucking money. But look, what I will say about this season is it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very tight. But United and Liverpool, if United get their act together and we can get a few more players in the transfer window, then there's a possibility of top four. But before all of this madness happened and shit went down, I actually had us winning, challenging anyway. But if I put on me football and brain, I'm going to say Manchester City come first, Arsenal come second, we'll come third, Newcastle fourth. I think it'll be the same top four as it was. But remember, 5 teams get into the Champions League now. So then you've got Aston Villa, who are much improved. You've got Liverpool then, you've got Spurs, you've got Chelsea. Chelsea need to get their act together. I don't think Spurs are going to do too much this season either. So if Spurs beat tomorrow, the pressure will be on Ten Hag. Spurs already beat us. We've already played our second game. We got beaten by Spurs. We play Nottingham Forest tomorrow. We won our first game 1-0 against Wolves, and we lost 2-0 against Spurs in the second game. We got Nottingham Forest in the third game, and the manager is already under pressure because there's already fans calling for his head, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we'll see. I think we'll get the playoffs. Well, Middlesbrough is one of those clubs. I always find that a manager has a decent first season, and then they fall short, and then the second season the manager has a horrendous season, and then they end up sacking the manager, and then they start again, and that manager then has a bit of a good run, gets them into the playoffs, then fails to get them into the final or whatever, or they lose the final. And then they back that manager, and then he doesn't have a great second season. It's weird. United.
I know. Watford used to do the same thing, mate. They used to have that. They used to fire a manager. That manager's go for another team. They used to do really well with the other team. They were like, why didn't we just keep them?
We need a set. Wait, hold on. When you said we need a striker, we need a striker. We need a centre back. We need a CDM, and we need a CM as well. We actually need 4 players to be coming in. But we're not going to get 4 players. There's a goalkeeper incoming. So we seem to be going for players that we don't need, because we bought Mason Mount and we don't need him yet. Because we got Bruno there. Obviously, if you wanted cover there, that's fine. But he's not bringing him in for cover because he's at being in the midfield. But now Mason Mount is injured. Luke Shaw's injured. Our injury list has gone from 3 players to literally 7 now. We've lost 7 players already before the season started because the manager was counting on Mason Greenwood coming back, but because the fans basically we chose morality over football, and that was the right thing to do. But in doing so, asking the club to get rid of Mason Greenwood, we basically deprived their team and their manager of another striker. But I don't give a shit. For us, it's about getting rid of that scumbag, and I'm not getting into it because that'll be another rant. But anyway, we will leave it there. But if you are a football fan, you aren't watching use our clubs because you get air. Well, we're at 3 o'clock kickoff, so everybody probably be watching. But if you're not, if your team is not on, come and join me tomorrow. I'll be doing Eric Ten Hag's press conference tomorrow early afternoon, and then we'll be going live at 2:30, half an hour before kickoff, to do Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest on Noel, the Red Devil. So go and check me out there as well. Good. I effing hate Luton. Luton Town. Yeah.
Oh God, we all hate Luton.
A bit of a,
you know where I
good
come
story,
from. I hate Luton.
but they're all gonna like we say it's a great story, right? But we all know it's gonna be a handy 3 points for us all this season.
You're shutting Luton now,
well,
mate.
But look, all I'll say is, look, all banter and rivalry aside, right? May the best team win the Premier League, and let's bring it on, because the third, it's starting to build up now, because Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League all kicks in. There's football on all the time, and it's going to be great. Then you'll have the Carabao Cup, and you'll have the FA Cup as well. So yeah, plenty of football to come on my channel anyway. So come and join us. But I want to thank me co-host, who has been absolutely brilliant tonight, but also, as usual, is always here when we're a man down. And as you know, guys, we made him a permanent after he was coming on and filling in for people, and I was like, nah, we're not having that anymore. So we made him full time, but we're glad to have him on board. And you know what, we had a great convo tonight, so I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I've had a few beers, but I think I've behaved myself overall.
Yeah, didn't be too bad.
You know, I only insulted the North Korean, you know, Supreme Leader, and I don't know who else I insulted. I insulted a lot of people tonight, but they're all bad people.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I look forward to your stream tomorrow. Thank you, Cinnamon. I will see you there tomorrow. But again, I want to thank PD Rich for joining us. And as I said, you can join me here on Sunday, because I will have that other member stream for you to finish off the week. So come and join me. We'll have a bit of a knacker, and maybe I'll have another beer or something. So it'll be interesting. So if you're a member, don't forget to look out for that stream on Sunday. And then, of course, we'll be back for the rest of you guys on Tuesday. And of course, if you want to see me over on the other channel, you may come in. Even if you don't like football, come in and say hello. It'd be nice to see you anyway. And I'll watch it after the bar. Yeah, you watch me streams. I really do appreciate that, Cinnamon, because he does watches even when I'm not live, and he might leave a cut, and I love that. So yeah, thanks, guys. Now listen, you know, without using again, before I leave, like, you know, obviously blowing smoke up PD's ass, and rightly so, but, you know, without you guys here, you know, we wouldn't be able to do this when we do it. So we want to thank you, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do, and we really do appreciate that, and we'll never forget that either. You guys are the most important people when someone runs a YouTube channel, because you are the guys that keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all. You have all been great over these last few years anyway with me, and you have stuck with me, and I'm really, really proud of that, because, you know, I obviously must be doing something right. I might get things wrong the odd time, but I mostly do things right. So I'm glad you are still here. So thank you. JWC Reviews, happy birthday to your son again, and to everybody else out there, Gobby Guy or the Gobster. Look forward to see what you bring in the future on your channel, and I love your rebrand, I love your rebrand, by the way. I just want to say that rebrand is deadly, man. It looks real, proper professional.
I had top this Rolodex. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, seriously though. It looks absolutely brilliant, man. Proper professional. If you haven't seen what the branding looks like, hold on. Let's see if I can show you real quick. So this is what his new avatar looks like. So that's his avatar. Now it's brighter blue than that. My camera is not doing it justice. And this is his little his little banner.
Bloody rebrand.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah. He's done a few rebrands, but I think this might be his. I think this might be the one that he wants to settle on. So there, if I could turn it. Oh, there. So it's a little bloom stuff. But his rebrand is very professional. Oh, it's purple there. It's purple. It's purple. It's not blue. It's purple. My eyesight is gone. Anyway, we leave it there. Everybody's channels is in the chat. And I will see you very soon. And he says, Cinema says he loves binging all my streams. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Seriously, man. Makes me feel good when people say that. Because it means it's all worthwhile and I'm doing something right. So thank you. Right, I'm going to feck off here. So what I'm going to do is, before I do feck off, hey James, don't forget member stream on Sunday. So come and join me Sunday, guys. It'll be a good one. But I'm going to take the camera out. So hold on, I'm going to knock the camera off. I'm going to take the camera out and hopefully the trailers will play properly this time and we won't have the issues that we have every other time. But listen, enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't know what you will be doing. It's 11 o'clock here. I'm going to make a couple of egg sandwiches. Yes, I have eggs at nearly midnight, but I love a couple of egg sandwiches.
Well, the sounds just got better.
Yeah, when I take I know it's weird. So we will be back on Sunday. So look, take care. Thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate the support and we'll see you all very soon. And let's hope this just works in one go. Fingers crossed, folks. Come on. We could do it. Let's end on a good one.